It's been like 3 weeks since my last video, and I kind of prefer not doing like a weekly upload because there's just not enough that happens in any given week, especially at this point in my training. Um, in a month or two, I'll be doing 50-mile weeks, and I'll be lifting and stuff, and it's like, and those will be high intensity. So I'm like, maybe I could do a weekly thing with that kind of content, but right now it's like, yesterday I did 3 miles easy at 8:20, and then I did 4 miles at tempo, so like 6:50, and then I did 3 miles at 7:30. So it was like a 10-mile run, averaged like a 7:30 pace. But like, that's like, for me, that's like starting to kind of get on out there and do some more difficult training. Today, for example, I just did, it was like an off day, so it was either 3 to 5 miles easy running, or um, I just biked for like 45 minutes, and I just increased my RPMs because I used to kind of go slow with more power, and I think for just running economy and stuff, it's better to have a higher RPM. I don't know why I'm doing the pedals, but um, so I'm doing like 80 RPM. Honestly, that's probably got to go higher. I think I was more like 82, but like, I think, actually, I don't know what's recommended, but I think I'm getting close to where I should be versus like when I used to do it. Here, I'll check while I keep talking. But today was like an off day, so it felt like I was able to um, still do stuff, but recover. Okay, yeah. I used to be doing 65 RPM, 60 RPM. But this last time, I'm getting better, like 80 RPM. So that's like capiche. Um, and biking has been so nice for my off days, just because I feel like I can still do stuff and still train, but I can also take it easy. Uh, Patreon War Mode updated an episode, so that's something to be excited about. You know what else is to be excited about? Foam rollers. It never occurred to me you can get one and put it in your house, and you can use it any time of the day. So instead of me going to the gym and being like, oh, I got time to foam roll today, and then I'd get to foam roll 4 or 5 times a week, I can now do it. I could literally do it for 24 hours straight, and it would be allowed. I couldn't get in trouble for it. So that's nice. Also, I'm getting in a weird, this is good for like my tibias, because sometimes I get like shin splints, stuff like that. And honestly, you know what? The shin splints haven't been so bad, and it might be. Okay, why does my jaw look like? Okay, it just looks oblong, maybe misshapen. Um, I weigh 194 now. When I started, I was like 205, 210. Let's say 210. So that's a little generous, but I mean, anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds I've lost since I started running, and I'm probably stronger than I was then, because I'm lifting heavier, my body's getting used to it, sure, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, and I think I'm training better on bench, because I used to like go in and do like 10 reps at 225, and then I'd be like, well, now I can do about 5, and then I would do like 8 reps at 185, and then 10 reps at 135. I'm like, oh, I'm cooked. And it's like, slow down. Let's do like 5x6. Let's do incline dumbbells. I never did incline dumbbells ever, and the most I'd ever done was 90s. A week and a half ago, I did the 110s for 6. Super controlled, super nice, and honestly, I think I had 8 in me. It was like 2 in the afternoon, and all I had at that point was like 4 eggs. So I was like, well, what was I doing, That's my fault, but I'm just saying, the sky's the limit. Um, so I'm excited about that. I got a train coming in. Um, it usually does 4. That's 2. Um, it's just, yeah, see. That's 3. Maybe one more? Extra long. Okay, I should be good now. This is what I'm excited about. I'm not going to spell it out. CIM. Well, I did spell it out, but I was going to write it out. That's just bad. You know, CIM. Net downhill course. It's so local. I'm in West Sac. I can literally run to the finish line from here. So actually that will be nice. I just got to find a way to get to like Folsom Lake, and then I could just walk back home after the marathon. It's probably like a 20-minute walk. Sore marathon walk, maybe 25, 30. But I'm excited for that. It costs an extra 150 or so, and because they make you because I signed up so late, they make me do a mandatory donation, but it's tax deductible. So, making part of your marathon a write-off. So I'm excited about that. I feel like I'm actually getting to a point where tempo runs are tempoing. Recovering is recovering. Benching is benching. And eating is eating. I just feel good. I feel good. Like pole plunge today, got in and I went, it was a bit of a burr, but I did my 5 minutes. Super happy about that. I am super gassy right now, and I think here I'll show you. I've been using tallow from Costco to cook, and the smoke point is kind of low. I mean, I notice smoke if I really preheat the pan because it's stainless. I'll get some smoke, but I can't really taste it. It doesn't taste burnt, so it's not a big deal. But I figured it would be better because like olive oil is like, well, this is like actually changing the flavor because I'm burning the oil. No bueno. But I think the tallow is making me gassy. Not a big deal. It's like I had 21 ounces of ground beef for lunch. I had overnight oats with 4 eggs for breakfast. And that's kind of like, that's my sweet spot. I feel good on that. But I keep losing weight, so I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I'm losing weight too quick. But, I'm so, these, when I talk on camera, it just gets so organized that it's actually kind of unbelievable. But if you look up there, that's my, what was it? It was in a St. Patrick, Shamrock run. And you know what? I embodied the Shamrock on that run. Most people didn't see it coming, and I already mentioned it, but I did. It was a half marathon. I ran with my friend for the first half of the half, so the first quarter of the marathon, but it was a half marathon. So the first half, I ran with him, and I'd be running, and then I'd be talking to him, and then we'd stop talking, and I'd look, and he'd be like 50 feet behind me, and then I'd have to like run back to him, and like we were going slower than conversation pace. It was like 9:30s all day long. So at the halfway point, I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I was like, dude, I gotta go. So I picked it up to like a 7:30, and this was like a month into me running again. So at the time, that felt like I was moving, and I finished it at 2 hours, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. And honestly, that's very impressive. You know, that's pretty that's pretty something. Um, Something to think about. Next thing, um, recovery. It's getting so quick. Obviously, I'm still sore, but I got on clouds for daily walking, not for running. I know a lot of people have a lot to say about running with on clouds, but walking, I was using Vans, and somehow in Vans, it's worse than being barefoot, you know? And I was subjecting myself to that for like the first, what, 2, 3 months of my training. And now that I have those, with a 24/7 access to foam roller, and I'm cold plunging 5, 6 days a week, and sauna. I don't know how much that helps with recovery, like in terms of, I guess it helps with inflammation, but I feel like the cold plunge helps a lot. I'm recovering quick, and I'm very happy about that because there's nothing worse than running in pain, and especially when you're training and not even like in your actual marathon block, because it's like I felt like I was just getting my, not even my aerobic up. I felt like my aerobic got up in the first couple weeks, but my legs hadn't caught up, and it felt like I would just get in these like recovery holes where it was like it just hurt to walk. I mean, I remember like 3 weeks ago, before I got the on clouds and was foam rolling, maybe 4 weeks ago, I was running. Oh yeah, it was my friend. I was a bachelor groomsman, and it was up in Saratoga. Really, really nice venue and great wedding. But every night, drank a lot, and then I'd throw up, go to bed, wake up, I feel totally fine, but I had nothing in me, and I went for a run, and I got like 4 miles away, and I was like, my legs kind of hurt. I stopped, and it hurt to walk, like so bad. And honestly, I'm kind of getting some phantom pain in my shins right now thinking about it. And yeah, that was 4 weeks ago. So I don't know. Maybe I was doing too much or I'm doing too little, but I think right now I'm actually making progress with recovery, and I'm training smarter. My slow runs are slow, 8:39. My fast is tempo, 6:50 to 7:20, maybe 7:30. That's not tempo, but that's a quicker pace. I've been doing a lot of hill training. I love that. I'm really just happy with how things are going. I got some bananas. Dude, see, I start talking and I don't want to stop. I run out of stuff to say, that I say something dumb like that. That is dumb. But Costco's been very low on bananas. Or, it's hit or miss. I'd say there's a 50% chance they have bananas. And in that 50, there's a 20% chance they're all wicked green. And it's like, okay, so I just got like put them in a time capsule and take them out in 3 days and eat them? And it's like, I got them so I can eat them tomorrow. I'm not time capsuling or, um, you don't do time capsule bananas. You do bananas you can eat in the parking lot. And I got parking lot bananas today. No time capsules necessary. Beside that, bench, it's, I would argue, going up. I think I hit the equivalent of 295 on a Smith rack, and that felt good. I just didn't have, all I had access to was a Smith rack when I did my last chest session, and it felt good. The problem with Smith racks is, I don't know, I think it like makes your form a little weird, and I felt like pressure in all my joints. Come on, man. You got it. I'm just letting the train pass through. He's got 2 more horns. This last one's going to be very long and annoying. Kind of sounded far away. That wasn't so bad. But, the bench is going to go up. I don't, I was thinking like, man, I'm going to get the bench so quick. And honestly, my bench was going better than my running, so I focused more on my bench because my running was like painful. But now my running's like pretty good. So it's like bench is kind of like falling to the wayside, and I guess that's why being a hybrid athlete is like, to like exceed at both is very difficult. And there's some people out there doing that. Nathan French, he just did a sub 3 hour marathon, and the guy could probably hit at least one rep at 3:15. So there's people doing it. There's people doing what I'm trying to do. But that's all the more reason. I mean, he's shown that it's possible and it can be done, and obviously it can be done. But it's cool to see someone else doing it. So CIM, excited about that. I'll probably drive the course once or twice or 3 times. I have so much time up until December. I think it's December 8th. And it's the start of it is probably 30 minutes from my house. I mean, it's so local to me that it's like, and it fits perfectly with like, I'm not rushing myself with my training. I'll give myself a proper 9 months to train. So that's like freaking awesome. Bench, 3:15. I think I'm technically, using the 1 rep calculators, it's like 12 reps at 225. It gets me like, I think it was 311, and then like, or maybe 313. It was like just a hair under 315. And same with my 8 reps at 245. I got 6 reps with the 110s on incline dumbbell press, which felt good because the most I'd ever done was 90s up until then. So, 20-pound PR, technically 40, but we'll say 20 because it's just per arm. So I'm getting stronger. I'm losing weight. I'm getting faster. My recovery is getting stronger. And, I hope, this is just, I think these videos are for me because I have one guy who's liking, I have one subscriber and he likes them and comments, and like last comment, he was like, I made a comment about my dwindling hair, and he made a comment like, hey man, be thankful for what you got. And I was like, somebody watched my video and took time out of their day to comment. So, I'm very thankful for you. Thank you for your service. Clocking in this 17-minute and 53-second watch. But what I was saying is, I think these videos are for me to check in on. Maybe, maybe this summer with my brother, I keep saying it, but maybe we'll make an actual running/lifting video so it's like all professional and stuff. But I just hope my friends don't find this because it is in my name, and if they find this, I really don't care. I'll just get like, I will be the laughing stock of them for, because they'll be like, dude, what's this? I'm like, what's up? I'll walk over and it's just gonna be me playing on the phone. And you know what, if they subscribe, at least I'll have more than one subscriber. That's huge. But they support me with what I'm doing, but they'll give me a hard time. So, it comes with the territory when you have incredible friends. I've been golfing a lot. No, I haven't, like once a week, but like that's a lot considering I wasn't golfing at all, and I feel good. I think this summer I will go below. I think I will shoot, if I can shoot on a difficult course an 83, I will be very happy. Easy course, if I could break 80, that'd be cool. But honestly, a very easy course that's short, maybe end of summer, if I keep playing like once a week, I could do that. That'd be cool. Another thing, my leg mobility's getting better, but it was at the end of a CrossFit class. Bear with me. They're like, all right, stretch out, touch your hand to your, like this. That's really, really bad. I have no mobility. And someone was like, oh, it's because you're like, hey. it's because you're muscular or something. My friend who has probably the same upper body as me did it today, and he was okay, I don't know if it's paused, but my friend who was about the same size as me was able to touch. So I have really bad shoulder mobility, so I'm gonna start thinking about upper body mobility. Um, this looks weird. Upper body mobility. My lower body mobility is, I'd say, I'm 80%. Like a couple weeks ago, I could like put my palms flat on the ground. Now it's like knuckles. I guess I got to keep pushing that. On touching the toes, but I'm getting more mobile down below. Oh my gosh. The rent is pretty cheap here, and there's a reason for that. It's because these trains are so unnecessary. It's unbelievable what these trains put me through. And I don't hear them. I don't hear them. But sometimes I'm making a video, world-class production, and these trains won't stop. They won't give me a break. I mean, in 21 minutes, that is either 3 or 4 trains. I don't know why I don't remember how many, but that's ridiculous. And sometimes I'm in bed, and they shake my bed. Like, shake my bed. And, I'm a great sleeper, and I'm a patient man. It doesn't bother me, but this last 20 minutes, I'm ripping out what little hair I have left, because I'm going, what's going on? But we're at 20 minutes, 22 minutes, and I don't think I have much else to say except the bench is going to go up. 1 thumbs up for that. The running, add effects using hand gestures. That's insane that they know that I was even doing a hand gesture. 1 thumbs up for benching. Another thumbs up for getting faster. Maybe this is the immovable object because it's 3:15, and this is my marathon. And it just becomes this massive dap up. That's what it does. Immovable object, unstoppable force, just, and then they go, what's up with you, man? And they dap up. That's kind of incredible. I got nothing else to say, but I want to keep talking. Maybe I should just become one of those live stream guys. But I'm gonna stop that tangent. But I think that's it for me. I'm gonna have 4 eggs for dinner because I don't feel like making ground beef again. And then I'll have some overnight oats at night for dinner. What? And then I'm watching Harry Potter. I don't think I have it in me to watch Harry Potter right now. I started the first 15 minutes, and I went, I just don't have it in me. So maybe I'll watch American History X. I put that off for a while. I think it's pretty heavy, but I think that'd be cool. Let's see if I can blind the camera. Ooh, how does that feel? Ooh, shiny, shiny. But that's it for me. I got a problem. I just love being on camera, I guess. But that's it for me. Thank you for watching, my 1 subscriber. If you get this far,